Oh no, what is it we have here? Some mysterious paper of sorts? But they're blank. Not really. I fooled no one with that. So I have this, which, I mean, they're not very good sketches. Like, some of these ones over here are kind of okay, and then they just kind of get progressively worse. But these were something I actually did a long time ago. And quite frankly, I just kind of sketched these ones from the original, because trying to redraw them, it didn't go so well. I managed to make them worse. You'd think after a couple of years you'd be better. No, not with me. And then these three over here, the originals, I had started them. Well, actually, I did finish her, but she was sideways, and I wanted to have her a little bit more forward. But yeah, those are dolls. Oops. There I go, making a mess. And then, of course, we can't forget him. Like, come on. He's accidental channel mascot at this point. So, I think I might start with the dolls, but I kind of just wanted to show both, because I had options. So, I'll probably, work on recording both of these, but I'm pretty sure this one will be up first. I don't know. It just means there'll be more Shay and excitement for the next week if I do the dolls first. The anticipation, the expectation. I've been rambling for like 2 minutes now. I'm going to get into it. See you there. And we are here. We have arrived. And since there's a lot of them, instead of trying to do like, oh, I'll do this one in this video, because these are small, I did try and cram them all in one video. And I had about an hour's worth of footage, because I did a lot of the touch-ups and stuff off camera. Like, I did my layer adding. That sounded dumb. Why did that sound dumb? But I did my layering off camera just to try and clean it up a bit. And I will say, like, I have a habit when I use colored pencils to lose small detail, like, very easily. And I don't know, I'm sure a lot of people have troubles with that, and maybe it's how I'm using them or something, but yeah, I definitely lose a lot of the small details. And especially when dark colors are involved, I have a very hard time with dark colors on colored pencil, and you will see in some of the other designs that I started coloring, there's only like 3 that have any dark spots even on them, but you'll see the struggle. And also, I pretty much just did base coats. I did all the base coats first, so I didn't add any shading until all the base coats on all of them were done, because I thought that would be a little bit easier for the video instead of going through, okay, we did base coats, we did the shading on this one, we did the highlights, moving on. I thought that would take a little bit more time in the video, so hopefully this format works out. Also, it just kind of shows how chaotically I work. Like, I will start coloring one thing, and I'm like, oh, that thing over there, squirrel! And I'll just be gone. So I'll like bounce around from part to part, and I do that when I'm sketching too, and it probably takes up more time than necessary. And maybe I should try and work on that more. But I'm very scatterbrained, and I'm easily distracted, and it's just, I don't know, it's just kind of how my brain works, I guess. So, I don't know, sometimes I find it's better to not fight it and go with it. It's why I do better if I work with my impulsivity rather than try and fight against it. But yeah, back to the drawings. These were actually designs I did a few years back or so. I don't know the exact time frame. Okay, I just know it's been like forever. Yeah, it's been about forever. And every now and then I go back and I think about them, and I'm like, yeah, I like those designs. Those are kind of neat. And I actually tried just straight up redrawing them all. And I did redraw them all. I just hated how they turned out. Like, hey, it's a few years later. You should be better with your art. No. No, I was not. I got worse. I am very special and unique and getting worse. Yeah, wow. Okay, not really. Moving on. So what I ended up doing is I uploaded it to my, like, this, I don't know what the original sketch is, but I know I had a couple of pictures saved, and so I uploaded it to my Google Drive, and I turned the touchscreen off on my laptop, and I sized it to pretty much whatever. I mean, I could size it to something bigger or smaller, which honestly, I did the same thing with the two Cheyenne sketches that you seen earlier. I had them uploaded, and I traced them off of my Google Drive after I uploaded them so that I could size it how I wanted. And if you do this trick, it's definitely worthwhile to use a black ink on your sketch, because then you'll be able to see it more. Like, I'll tape it onto my screen after I get it the size I want, turn my touch screen off, and then you turn the brightness all the way up. And it's I don't know, that's the best way I know how to resize easily when I'm happy with a sketch. But yeah, back to this thing. The red was a bit more of a pink in the original sketches. I might actually digitize these. I mean, would these be fun as like a print-on-demand item, like on a shirt or some stickers or something? I think they might be kind of fun stickers. Maybe that's just my attachment to these. I don't know. But I don't remember the inspiration for the initial design or anything by now, but I know I wanted to try and make each one different, because I was going with a doll theme, so these are like all dolls. That might not have been obvious. That's fine. I understand. I totally get it if it didn't come across that way. I tried, doing the doll stand on there, which honestly I did not color in. I think part of it was I was just tired and lazy at that point. I'm like, I don't want to deal with more coloring that I'm going to suck at. And so I didn't. And now they're white, instead of a very shiny or maybe dull and dirty silver. I think they would have had a little bit more character had I made them a little dustier, because that's kind of how I pictured these dolls, this idea, this world, this story. Yes, it was also based off a short story idea that I had and recently started thinking about again, and essentially ways to improve that story idea. But again, I don't know if it's like these story ideas are something that I want to write out and eventually try and publish, or try and make a comic, or try and do like, what are they called? Like I don't know, where you make a visual novel? Is that the word I'm looking for? Yeah, I think so, yeah. I could go like a visual novel route. The one thing I hate about some of these ideas is my inconsistency in sketching. And so I'm still trying to work on feeling like my flow is better, and that I don't always suck at sketching, and to get something that I like, even briefly, be a miracle. I watched a video recently about warming up before you, warming up to sketch before you try and make your, like, quote-unquote masterpiece or whatever. And it was a very interesting concept. So when I get a chance to, work on some sketching, I think I'd like to try something like that. But we'll see how that goes, and if I can find out what works for me with that. But, yeah. So, essentially, here's all the final designs. Close up and far away. Because, yes. And now I'm cutting paper. Those were some odd cutting sounds. But yeah, I just wanted to cut these out. Like, it would have been fine if I left them on the paper, but I hate being easy on myself. I have to be a pain in the butt to myself. Excuse me. And these were not fun to cut out. So there's that. But here they are, one final time. Let me know what you think down below. And until next week, hopefully I'll see you then. Bye-bye!